So yesterday we did a story on Fight for the Future and net neutrality where they put up a billboard calling out Kristen Sinema, the politician from Arizona, who is one of the few Democrats that has not gone along with the Save the Internet Act. Fight for the Future called her out in a billboard, which was really cool. And Fight for the Future has documented her response and has some things to say about it. I saw this headline. I've not read the article yet, so I'm going through this for the first time too, like everybody else. So let's see what Fight for the Future, which is an amazing organization fighting for net neutrality, fighting for our internet freedom. And here's what they had to say. Senator Sinema's letter to constituents looks like it was written by a telecom lobbyist. The Arizona senator's letter to constituents insists that laws designed in the 1930s are not fit for the internet, a line that could have been written by Comcast. So, in a letter to constituents obtained by Fight for the Future earlier this week, the senator brushes off concerns from citizens asking her to restore net neutrality by parroting cynical, oft-refuted talking points pushed out by ISP lobbyists, AstroTurf nonprofits, and the big telecom-funded lawmakers. In her letter, Senator Sinema writes that reclassifying broadband providers under laws designed in the 1930s for utilities may have serious unintended consequences. And that is something that a lot of telecom industry lobbyists say. That is something that the ISPs say, ISPs being Comcast and AT&T and Verizon. And and also, it's very logically dumb. Like you can't classify, these are rules from the 1930s. That's like saying, hey, we have a law against murder. Man, that goes back to biblical times. The law's got to evolve. We have this law that's saying you can't murder somebody, and if you do, there's consequences. That goes back to like the Bible. We can't put those types of laws on modern times. We got to change that. Because these people that pay us a lot of money, don't worry, they for sure don't want to murder anybody. But they're saying we don't need these laws. It's not applicable anymore. Get with the times. That's the same logic. Sometimes laws last for a long time because that. And what policy are they referring to? They're referring to the Title II designation of the internet, which basically means the internet is a utility in our lives. What else are considered utilities in our lives? Flowing water, a telephone. That's a principle that has been around in the 1930s. That's a principle that has been around since before the 1930s. That is a principle that will be around long after all of us are dead and gone, presumably, considering we still have a society. She wants her treat. Lucy, it's not time yet. You know what time it is. It's not like I'm doing the show later. I know. It's tough. I know. You have it rough. I know. What's going to happen? Like, what if today I don't brush you or give you your treat? Like, what if today is the first day that just doesn't happen? What's going to happen? What are you going to do? She has a lot of energy this morning, which I'm happy about. It's good. I mean, she's a little older now. She's 13. I know. I'm telling them your age. I know. She's not happy. But she kind of looked at me when I said that. She's like, I'm a lady, sir. You do not divulge my age. But she's 13. And I am not 13. And so, when she's this active and playful, I really like it. I mean, she's still playful. She still plays every day, which is awesome and good. But she's more playful than usual, which makes me very happy. So yeah, as soon as this show's over, I'm going to go play with my cat. That's what's going to happen. But anyway, so to say something like, oh, this is from the 1930s, it's old, and that means it's a principle. It's a human principle. That, when you have a society, certain things are utilities for a polis. And one of those things is now the internet. So you're not trying to impose archaic laws on a new tool. You're adapting the new tool to human principles that we have always and will always have. So you see how this statement by Sinema is complete and utter bullshit. It's completely illogical. And it's just a big cable talking point that she's just parroting. Why? Because they pad her pockets. That's why she's one of the only Democrats. Even the Democratic establishment is getting a lot of it, not all of it, but even a lot of the Democratic establishment is getting net neutrality right. Probably because they also get a lot of money from the companies that benefit from net neutrality. Let's be real here. But either way, hey, I'll take the unlikely ally. Joe Biden, by the way, doesn't get net neutrality right. Joe Biden against net neutrality. But anyway, so good for Fight for the Future. I'm glad they put up this billboard. I'm glad they're unmasking Kristen Sinema, and I hope they continue to unmask everybody on this issue. They are doing amazing work. So shout out to Fight for the Future. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your